machine has been stolen and the data's been picked. It's time to go back to Chapter 1, but what lies at the other end, Dr. Sloan and Jones aren't expecting at all. But first, with Season 5 nearly here, that means our next Battle Pass is just around the corner. To win one from me, it's as easy as dropping a like on the video and leaving your epic ID down below. And as always, remember to pop in code MMCS in the Fortnite Item Shop. We're only a few days away now from jumping back in time to Chapter 1, and it turns out there are many secrets around the island to do in next season that people just don't know about. You've seen the collection of Chapter 1 Season 5 items over at Friendly Fields. They're teasing to us that we're going back in time. But did you know about the secret interaction between May and Fishstick that is so secret it might just blow your mind? Now this season, Fortnite have brought us some awesome collabs, especially during the Fortnitemares event, like Michael Myers and Jack Skeleton. I think we can all say that we weren't expecting these, but Fortnite also added subtle little hints towards their next big collab that you've got to see, and I guarantee you didn't know about. Now, this secret involves using the Fishstick skin and jumping in game and heading over towards the location of May, just outside Mega City, because we need to speak to her as she has special dialogue with him and has special information about this collaboration. So if we jump in game and land in here and run up to May, you can see she's also got her new deboot van here in camp, but we're not interested in that. This is where it gets interesting, because if we go up to her and speak to her, she says, we need a bestie portmanteau. How about a chum bucket? Now, see how she mentions chum bucket and that the letters are all capitalized? This is clearly referencing the chum bucket, the home of the evil genius Plankton from SpongeBob. That's right, it looks like a SpongeBob collaboration with Fortnite is in the works. And believe it or not, this isn't our only teaser that's hinting towards a future SpongeBob collab in game right now. Check this out. I mean, last season, if you headed on over to the southwest of the island, you could find this desert island that was added in along with the introduction of the jungle biome last season, Season 3. Now, at first, it didn't look like much, just a desert island with a few small palm trees, but take a closer look again. If you put it side by side with the desert island well known from SpongeBob, would you look at that? They're exactly the same. Fortnite have teased upcoming collabs in the past in exactly the same way. That's twice a SpongeBob collaboration has been referenced in Fortnite now, but wait, there's one more. To tie this all together, Epic Games are no strangers with working with SpongeBob, as they've actually worked with them before over on their other game, Fall Guys. It's only a matter of time now before it comes to Fortnite, and I can't wait. People are thinking it's going to be coming to the game next season. Are you looking forward to this collab? But before we talk about the return of the monster next season, did you know that Kado Thorne is actually dead? Over the recent few days and weeks, Fortnite have been hinting to us that we're going to be going back in time for next season for a while now, and it all started with the arrival of Dr. Sloan. She hired Nolan Chance and his crew to steal the time machine from Kado Thorne, a time-traveling vampire whose arrival has actually been teased to us for the last few years. I mean, quickly check this out. 5 years ago, teasers for Season 5 appeared in the desert along with a police car, with the police car's number plate literally spelling out Kado. And others believe that this random flash in the trailer now from Season 6 where the characters are acting confused was actually Kado Thorne too. Anyway, the plan is to steal the time machine so that we can use it to rewrite history. Because as you'll remember, Optimus Prime told us in Season 3 that the answers we seek lie in our past. Since then, the heist has successfully taken place. The time machine is now in our hands, and we're currently testing it to see if it works. But it turns out that Kado Thorne has been killed in the process too? This Fortnitemares, the High Stakes Club, Shimmer Dusk and other vampire hunters arrived to the island, and it turns out that Shimmer Dusk was the one that took down Kado Thorne. Literally no one else knows about this, but if you jump in game right now as Dr. Sloan and head on over and find the Shimmer Dusk NPC, who's located at the top of the dormant volcano, it turns out that she's been chasing Kado Thorne across time and space and has finally found him. And if you approach her, she says, "Did you get what you needed from Kado Thorne?" Which, obviously we did. Am I clear to make my move without getting in the way? What does she mean by that? Well, we actually know, because in the upcoming Fortnitemares quests, she'll have new dialogue with Dr. Sloan that says, it is done. The Revenant will no longer prey across time and space. But not only did Shimmer Dusk come to the island to kill Kado Thorne, she also took down Countess Doraku too. More than likely, the Kado Thorne NPC will disappear after this Fortnitemares event because, well, it turns out Shimmer Dusk will be eliminating him. And with Kado Thorne gone, it's time to go back to Chapter 1, and that comes with a ton of risks and problems I don't think we're ready for. Recently, Fortnite have been giving out teasers for next season to content creators, just like these Fortnite pins and a ton of other stuff, where you can see that we'll be going back to Season 5, and then each week we'll progress to different seasons in Chapter 1 all the way up to Season X and the Black Hole live event. But this is where things start to get interesting. During these seasons that we're going back to had many live events. In Season 5, a rift would appear in the sky that brought us Kevin the Cube that would roll around the island for weeks and ended up in Loot Lake where he would submerge into the water. So we could be seeing Kevin come back. Then in Season 6 we had the Cube event and visited the In-Between. And of course, in Season 9, we had the final showdown event. A battle between Paradigm controlling the mech and the monster that arrived on the iceberg. But this is where things are getting interesting. If we're going back to Chapter 1 and cycling through these seasons in just 1 month, will we see these live events again and alter them to change the storyline? Because Fortnite actually teased to us that we're going to be seeing the monster again quite a while ago now, and no one realised. You've got to see this. After the Chapter 2 ending event and the island flipped, we arrived on the island in Chapter 3, and straight away, people noticed that out at sea that the mecha robot arm could be seen from the final showdown event. If you remember, the monster actually ended up ripping it off and it ended up landing out at sea. This mecha robot arm in Chapter 3 then foreshadowed the live event that would happen a couple of seasons later, with the return of Paradigm in the mech to help us defeat the Imagined Order. But do you also remember during the same season that the monster's skull was on the island too? Just after Tilted Towers was uncovered, just east was the monster's skull that had finally been dug up. We spent 4 long seasons looking at it for nothing to happen, and then we ended up in Chapter 4. Well, it looks like that Fortnite were teasing to us this whole time that we were going to be seeing him again. So in just a few days' time, we're going to be using the stolen time machine to travel back to Chapter 1 Season 5 and possibly relive the live events that happened all them years ago. And more importantly, bump into the monster once again. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like and make sure to check out this other video I've picked out especially for you. I'll see you over there.